Hey guys, we are on the road again. Not far from home. Kinda.
Ish.
We are in Laughlin, Nevada at the Duet Coffee Shop for another episode of Coffee and Question. So, and this is inside the Aquarius Casino.
A pretty cool little place. It's
Yeah.
a coffee and wine bar. So
Yeah.
you
And
start your morning here.
yeah,
You can end your night here.
if you guys are in and around the Laughlin area, this is a pretty cool little place. Inside the Aquarius Casino, got all kinds of bagels and sweets and coffees and shots too, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get Irish whiskey in your coffee. So
Yeah.
which we didn't do.
Well, not yet.
Yeah. We'll wait till after we're done filming.
Yeah, we'll wait till we're ready to drive.
Yeah. Keep coming, honey. Got a long drive.
So we have 3 questions today, and these will all be fairly simple. We haven't talked about which ones. I'll just take the first one, send it over to you. So I hope you guys enjoy these. We enjoy doing them and just kind of going different places and seeing different stuff. So maybe we'll put some B-roll in there.
Yeah, well,
different
I'll
things.
film. You got to see the plate of apple fritters they got. Oh my gosh.
I didn't notice those.
Oh yeah, they're right over there.
Okay. So stay tuned for the apple fritters. So question I have, and unfortunately I didn't get the name of the person that wrote this question. It says, Eric, I've watched a video on outset letters using the profile bit as one usually does. My question is, you said to do a buffer line around the original outside. You said to make that buffer deeper than the first cut. Why? What benefit is that making it over the same depth? So the idea of the buffer zone, guys, is that when you do your first cut, and this is mostly on smaller letters or smaller artwork even, and by smaller meaning that you can't go with the profile bit, you can't go like 3/16 to 1/4 of an inch depth, and being as the profile bit, as most of our bits are, they get wider as you go deeper. So the idea is, let's say it's 1-inch letters. If you can only go, because of the inside and the detail on the letters, if you can only go 1/8 of an inch, then you're going to have a pretty narrow line going all the way around there. As you go deeper, your line obviously is going to get wider. The reason that you go deeper on that buffer zone is to give you a wider line, and it makes those outset letters actually stand out a little bit better. And now you don't want to go in the same groove. This is a mistake that people have made in the past. You don't want to go inside that same groove. You want to go just outside of that so that you don't have any high spots, but that you cut a big, heavy line around those outset letters, so that when you go back with the 90 degree or the 60 degree, but mostly the 90 degree, then you have plenty of room around those letters that you don't have to get as close, so you're less likely to nick and run into those outset letters, or whether it's artwork or outset letters. But it's mostly for stuff that's pretty fine detail, so that you don't basically run into there with your cleanup bit or your 90 degree V groove.
Or it could be maybe a board that's really hard to carve. The deeper you go, the harder it is to hold a line. So you start out shallow and then you go back and go deeper to get the depth you want.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Right?
Good point. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Next question.
All right.
On to you.
This is from Aaron. It says, I've enjoyed watching your videos and have purchased a few of your router bits to get started. I have a lot of scrap red oak floorboards and was wondering if I could use those to start making signs. Oak is hard to carve, and it's especially hard if it's your first stuff you're carving. You can definitely carve it. You know, we've made stuff out of oak, but it's a challenge. I would recommend starting on something a little easier, pine or cedar, or just something a little cheaper, even though he's got it already.
Yeah.
You know, red oak will make great looking signs, but it's more of an intermediate to advanced wood, I guess, material. So I would start on something a little bit softer just to get your hand for it a little bit better. But other than that, you can definitely use red oak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem at all.
I think if you were going to use the red oak, then that would be one of the instances where you might make it in multiple passes.
Yeah.
Because again, the harder the wood, the harder it's going to be to pull through there. Then the other aspect is make sure you've got sharp bits. Because if you try to do that with a dull bit, you're going to get disappointed really quick.
Very angry.
Yeah,
very quickly.
And then again, and then the other aspect is the bits will get dull a lot faster.
Yeah,
they just will. I agree with you that I would say with the softer stuff to start out.
Yeah.
Rather than the hard stuff.
Yeah, because it can be frustrating when you first start, just like first starting anything. Anytime you learn something new, there's definitely a learning curve. So to start out with a difficult material to carve makes it a little harder.
Yep. That's our answer.
All right.
That was a long version of a short answer. All right. Next question. Last question. Eric, is it feasible to join two fence pickets to make a 10-inch or larger panel instead of using pine or some other wood? And this is from Bob. So yes and no. And what I mean by that is based on what we get locally here as far as the fence pickets from Lowe's and Home Depot, the problem with that stuff is it's great for small signs, but if you try to put those together, number one, most of them have a cup to them, so that if you try to edge glue those together, you would look like a bat, basically, looking at it from the edge. So I wouldn't do that with the boards that we have available to us. Now, that being said, here's the yes part. When we were in Hickory, North Carolina, we went over to Home Depot there.
Yeah.
Now, the fence pickets they had there were completely different.
Way better.
Way better. They were thicker. They were like full 3/4 inch.
Thicker and flatter.
They were flat. They didn't have a cup to them. So they were completely different. They would be like if we had our pine and ripped it down. I mean, it was really nice stuff.
Yeah,
so much better than what we get here. It probably was even a different species of cedar.
Well, Hickory, that was at one time the furniture making capital of the world or whatever. Yeah. So that they have an abundance of different woods and better quality.
So what we have available here to us in Bullhead City and Kingman out here in the desert, our fence pickets don't look anything like pickets that, at least in Hickory, North Carolina for sure. And I'm thinking that maybe many places across the country. That's when I started using this fencing, nobody was using it. And when I started using this fencing, it looked different than what it is now. Yeah. And it's just degraded over the last 10 years or so. But, and so I've always said that, no, I wouldn't do that. But what changed my mind is what we saw in Hickory. Is like, I didn't realize that the same cedar fencing we're getting isn't the same that you may be getting. So you very well could. If you've got full 3/4 inch and your boards are fairly flat, I don't see any reason.
You'd have to put a backer on it.
You should put some kind of a backer or some kind of maybe 1x2 strips, going vertically, or you could put a plywood backer. You could even put metal strips going vertically, put it inside of a frame or whatever. I don't think I would trust just 3/4 inch material edge laminated together or edge glued together without something to keep it from cupping and that, especially if it's going outside.
That being said, we do have an idea for a video upcoming. We haven't done it yet, where we kind of address this type of thing and how you can get thicker material out of it.
Yep. Yeah.
But we're not going to give that away yet.
Yeah. But that will be coming. That's one that's on our list to do for sure.
We got a big list, but that one's near the top.
Yeah. Actually, we have some really cool stuff coming up. Yeah. You guys are going to like this. We got some really cool stuff coming up. So, we got 3 questions.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Fairly quickly. So, thanks again, guys, for watching. If you have questions like this, and keep sending us questions. Yeah. It's great material for these coffee and questions, and we got away from this for a while. I got away from it. And then when Ryan came on, we started kind of doing this again just in the last couple months. Yeah. And we like doing this at different coffee locations. I think gets a lot of looks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody in the place is kind of wondering what we're doing. Eyeballing us. Yeah. So, but that's good. We're used to that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Questions, Eric at makeawoodsign.com. Or Ryan at makeawoodsign.com. So, stick around. Don't sign off yet. Ryan's going to show you some good stuff in that glass case over there. You got to see these fritters.
Oh,
All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
bye.